Welcome to the Daily News. Your one hot spot to see the news that is blowing up around the world. This time, maybe quite literally. Kim Jong-il, the leader of North Korea, has sent out threats that they have successfully tested a hydrogen bomb. A hydrogen bomb is an immensely powerful bomb whose destructive powers come from the rapid release of energy during nuclear fusion of isotopes of hydrogen, using an atom bomb as trigger. A hydrogen bomb is one of the most powerful bombs we know of today, so could flatten a whole city such as London or New York City. South Korea agrees that they did the underground bomb test, but they say the earthquake they experienced was far too weak even for a failed hydrogen bomb. Many more countries believe this threat to be a hoax because this is not the first one that they have sent out. They probably did this to sound powerful, as the evidence we have shows no sign of a hydrogen bomb. But there is no way to say for sure if they did make the hydrogen bomb, because if you get in North Korea, it is very unlikely that you will make it out alive. Thank you. This is Skylar signing off.
Welcome back. The Cold War has just ended, leaving some countries poor, destroyed, and hungry. Just last week, the Russian President Boris Yeltsin and the U.S. President George W. Bush declared that their countries did not regard each other as potential enemies. Also, the Soviet Union dissolved, leaving the republics that were part of the country now became as independent states. There are two groups in the Cold War: communism and non-communism. The communism is a system of social and organization in which all economic and social activity is controlled by a totalitarian state dominated by a single and self-perpetuating political party. Also, the non-communism is the opposite of communism. Although the tension has improved, it was not always this hopeful. In fact, even now in these days, they still don't know how it happened and why did they decide to make an agreement. One of the events that was about to change all of the Cold War. It was the Cuban Missile Crisis. It started on October 1962, 29 years before the war ended. It was started by the Soviet Union placing missiles in Cuba since America was planning to invade Cuba, but when they heard about the missiles in Cuba, they didn't invade. Therefore, the U.S. did the same thing to Turkey since Russia and Turkey are close to each other. The battle was very close to happening. Instead, they made an agreement. If America won't invade Turkey and will not invade Cuba and will not put the missiles in Turkey, then Russia won't invade, will take away the missiles in Cuba. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Daily News. I'm your host, Skylar Saradsky.
And Julia Malecki. The similarities between the two sources is the intentions that all led up with the United States' involvement. These two events' similarities include mentioning that in the Cuban Missile, an atomic bomb was used, and in the North Korean bomb test, a hydrogen bomb was used. Although both bombs have their differences, the atoms inside them are very similar.
Another similarity both events share is that the two groups in each source would have a disagreement, such as with the North Korea bomb test. North and South Korea would have their different views between each other. Same thing goes with the United States and the USSR. They both see different viewpoints in where each country stands.
The final similarity they both tend to have is they both began with struggles that the countries had to face.
With the North Korean bomb test, they were testing the hydrogen bomb to see if it would work as a defense from the U.S. The struggles in the Cold War were ideological, economical, and geographical troubles.
This is Julia Malecki
Signing off.